हरिः ओं श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। अभ्रमं भङ्गरहितम् अजडं विमलं सदा आनन्दतीर्थमतलं पदेतापत्रयापहं मिथ्या सिद्धान्तदुद्ध्वान्त विध्वंसनशिक्षणः दैतीर्थ्याकृतनिर्भासतां नोहदम्बरे अत्तिकृतकल्पोऽयं प्रत्यत्यकेसरी व्यासतीर्थभूयादस्मृतिशास्त्रसिद्धये तपोविद्याविरक्त्यादि सत्नोकाकरानं वादिराजगुरून् वन्दे कृपदाश्रयान् पूज्य राघवेन्द्राय सद्धर्मताय च भजतां कुलवृक्षाय नमतां कामधेनवे। हरिः ओं श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. We are doing the Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter. Here the confusion about the Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, and people thinking that, okay, if I just don't do any karma, then I won't have any karma bandha, so I'll go to moksha. Means that's not possible for two reasons. First of all, that's not the right way. Second, it's not possible also. So there we saw nakas षणमपि जातु तिष्ठ्यत्य कर्म कृत. Nobody can just say even for for 1 minute without doing the actions. Karyate hi avashah karma sarvah prakritijair gunaihi. We talked about the prakritijair, whether inside our own prakriti, sahaja, the inherent nature that is inside us, and the nature outside. It's controlling from both. So we are controlled by our inner nature and also outside circumstances. So we call swabhava and prabhava, the influence and also the circumstances and also the internal inherent nature. All of these are acting us, but they are also not independent. Okay, the inherent nature or the prakriti, the outside nature, even they are under the control of Paramatma. That is why the word avashaha, avasha means under the control. Avashaha means he is helplessly under the control of nobody. Nobody is controlling him. That's one way of saying, thinking that he is not controlling. But strictly speaking, no one is controlling is not the right concept, because Paramatma is controlling everything. So avashaha, we talked about means Paramatma. Vashaha, we are under the control of Paramatma, and he is controlling us through our inherent nature and the outside nature. And he is creating all the circumstances in such a way that according to our karma account, we are driven. So we talked about predestination, how it works. It doesn't matter if the God's will, what it is, we don't know. So we just keep doing actions, and with the realization that we do the good acts, nivritta karma we talked about. That means nishkama karma with the right understanding of Paramatma is the nivritta karma, which will be releasing us from this bond of karma cycle, or the birth and death cycle rather. So we are born because of the karmas and all this continuously going on the cycle. From this we have to come out, means we have to acquire the right knowledge, through which we acquire the aparoksha jnana, through which our sanchita agami get burnt away. Only prarabdha is left out. Even in case of prarabdha, Paramatma can sometimes be so gracious, he can do upamarda prarabdha. We call upamarda, that means making it little less effective. That means prarabdham avashyam anubhoktavam, we have to go through prarabdha. But how we go through the prarabdha? Just to give an example, suppose somebody has done a karma that he has to undergo certain kind of pain. He has to go through certain amount of pain because of that past some set of karmas. Paramatma is gracious, very kind. What he will do is he will give a very bad dream. So we go through that kind of experience, but in a very small fashion, not as much as in a real life, but in the dream itself, very bad dream. So that's why sometimes people say, oh, bad dream came in, so people get upset. Oh, I got a bad dream. Maybe we don't know. It may be just making us go through some of our past bad karmas through bad dreams. So we can take it in a positive way. So that pain in the bad dreams is what we had to go through, and God was kind enough that he made us to go through that pain instead of physically giving that pain. So something like that. So that's one example for upamarda, that means softening the prarabdha karma effects. So this kind of grace God shows us. So what we have to do is we have to realize that Paramatma is controlling everything. So avashaha, that is the key word. So we are under the control of Paramatma. And then people can see, okay, you are saying we cannot stay even 1 minute without doing. We have to, because we have to live, we have to feed ourselves, we breathe, and also we get hungry, so we get go get food, we may work for the food, we eat the food. These are all unavoidable, but we can avoid certain karmas like yajna yaga, doing puja, worship, yajna yaga. These are all vaikalpika, that means these are under our choice, right? So we can avoid those karmas. They, because we do that with sakama, it can become a binding. So you just avoid whatever is possible to avoid. Let us avoid those karmas. If somebody say things like that, for that, next two slokas, it gives what we call positive concomitants and negative concomitants. That means if we control our mind, or if we do not control our mind, two possibilities. Let's take first, if we do not control our mind and we somehow make some effort to control our karmendriyas and jnanendriyas, but mind is wandering all over. Such a person is called mithyachara. That means a pretentive person. He is just pretending that he has a lot of self-control. People will think, oh, look at him, he has a lot of self-control. But in his mind, he's always thinking bad things only. Mind is not able to control. He's able to control his sense organs and action organs. He doesn't do any bad thing, and he doesn't see bad things. He doesn't talk bad things. He doesn't hear bad things. He always hears good things, does good acts only. But his mind is always wandering in the bad things. He say, oh, I should have done that, I should have done this. Oh, mind is always on the bad things. That means mind is not under control. He is called mithya. So without the control of the mind, it's not possible to acquire moksha or liberation. This is negative. So absence of mental control is absence of moksha. This is a negative concomitance. But presence of the mental control will lead to better status. That means better spiritual progress, eventually moksha, to going that mental control, the mind control is a positive. So having the mind control will lead to good result. Not having mind control will not lead to good result. So this is positive and negative concomitants. That's why I say, yastu indriyani manasa niyamya arhate arjuna karmendriyahi karma yogam asaktah sa vishishyate. He's unattached. He's what we call nirlipta, not tainted. He's not attached to karmas. He's controlling the mind, and through the control of the mind, he's controlling his all the sense organs and action organs. So mind also is under control. Such a person is really a good person. He is really nice, wonderful person. Here, you might have, some of you might have heard the story, like people come up with a story to make it, certain impact. Two brothers are there. One brother is like, he's a heavy drunkard. He goes to the bar, he sits there drinking all the time, most of the time rather, drinks. So he's not doing any puja, worship, no, never goes to a temple, never has satsanga, nothing, no spiritual life at all. Always kind of a materialistic way of life he leads. And he has a brother who does all the puja, all the strict procedures he follows, every strict procedure he follows. And the thinking is, the person who is always in a pub, sitting, drinking and all that, he is thinking of his brother. So look, my brother, how fortunate he is, doing God's worship, puja, everything. He's living a nice and wonderful life. I am really rotting here like this. So he thinking like that, his mind is on his brother. And then brother who is having this puja and everything he's doing, he's thinking of his other brother. Oh, look, as he's having wonderful life, he's enjoying himself, he's having his friends and he's drinking and enjoying. I am here, doing all this puja. I don't know whether God is there or not. I am doing all this hard life and punishing myself like this. So his mind is always on his other brother. So both of them, their minds are in different places, but one is doing all the good acts, but the mind is in a bad thing. The guy does all the bad acts, but the mind is on good things. So people will say, oh, look, the person whose mind is very good, he goes to heaven, and the person who does all the good things, but mind is always on bad things, he goes to hell. But actually, the story has a defect in that, because both of them are actually on the wrong track. Okay, The one who has the mind under his control and doing all the bad acts is maybe slightly better off than the other person. Maybe he'll get a little lesser hellish punishment, probably. That's all. But because both are back to hellish way only, because here the sloka says, Yastu indriyani manasa niyamya arabhate Arjuna. So, karmendriyaihi karma yogam asaktah savishi. So, the karma yoga is not just control the mind, is important, of course, but that alone is not sufficient. Through the control of the mind, one should also control the jnanendriyas and karmendriyas. The ultimate benefit is control of both mind and the other 10 indriyas, totally basically all these 11 indriyas. Of course, perfect attainment may not be possible, but slow progress has to be made in that direction. Controlling all 11 organs is what should be the goal of life. And that's what is so positive. By doing that, the person will go on the path of liberation, the positive concomitants. So that's what is told. So the negative and the positive aspects one has to remove, because somebody may say, oh, I will just give up all the ones that, going through a lot of trouble, optional karmas I'll give up, so that at least I will reduce the burden of karma. Karma burden, I'll at least reduce a little bit. If somebody argues like that, the answer is no, that's not the right approach. Because, okay, all right, you're starting the control of the mind, but what for? If the mind is under control, means not really fully under control. It's just the person is like in this example, the person is thinking of the good things and that he's not doing really the good things. Maybe it's the first step, but he has to go other steps. Okay, then I'll give up all these bad things. My mind is going toward good things. Let me also do all the good things only. So the person should put not only his mind, but all his other sense organs and action organs also on the good track. Then only he is really achieving what is necessary in life. So this is what is emphasized in Bhagavad Gita slokas. The practicality talks about we have to control our mind. Through the control of the mind, we have to control our sense organs and motor organs or action organs, so that we progress on the path of spirituality to better and better life, and be devoid or be able to eliminate the bandhana or bondage or chains of karma. So this is what the goal should be, and that's what is told. So basically in Bhagavad Gita, the practical lesson is giving is karmana badhyate jantuhu. The smriti vakya says karma is bandhaka, all right, but mana eva manushyanam karanam bandhamokshayoho. Mind is the cause for bandha and moksha. So you have a right attitude, right approach of mind, then you go towards moksha. You have a wrong approach of mind, then you go towards bandha. So that is what is important, karma. And so that's why after giving this instruction, Krishna then he says, ultimate conclusive statement, niyatam kuru karmatvam karmajyayo hi akarmanaha sharira yatrapi cha te na prasiddhet akarmanaha. Hey Arjuna, you better do your action as prescribed for your varna and ashrama, for your way of life, for you the responsibilities that you have taken, for whatever path that you have chosen. In that path you have to progress, because doing the right kind of karma is much better than doing the right kind of karma with the right attitude, with the right approach of mind, is much better than not doing any karma at all. Because sharira yatra, your livelihood you have to do. So if you say I don't do any karma, your livelihood won't go away. I mean, you will have suffer, you'll have big painful problems. So for you to go through your livelihood, you have to perform the karmas. So you better realize that when it's unavoidable to perform the karmas, let me at least perform the karmas in the right way, with completely dedication spirit to Paramatma, realizing that I don't have the free will. Paramatma is making me do it, but I cannot just, Paramatma is doing, so why should I bother? All that thing, it's a wrong, perverted logic. We have to see, yes, Paramatma is making me do it, but he is doing according to my swabhava, according to my karma. So I should, from my prayatna, from my desire to do good acts, I realize that at least I am on the positive realm. So let me progress more and more towards the positive end in this positive realm rather than stepping into the negative realm at all. So let me not do that, stepping into the negative realm. This kind of mature thinking is what we should inculcate. All right, it is under the control of Paramatma, but we don't know what Paramatma's will is, right? So we assume that Paramatma is favorable to us. He is doing everything for our own good. So I will also do as per the will of Paramatma through my Swabhava, which is prompting me to go in the positive direction. I will do the good acts as per my ability, as per my destiny, as per the guidance from the Paramatma, as from the instigation from Paramatma. I will do whatever is right thing from by the grace of Paramatma. So this attitude is what we should develop. So that niyata karma is very, very important. And here a beautiful concept is going to come in the next few slokas. What we call the karma cycle Krishna is going to talk about a wonderful concept of a cyclic process. Before that he starts, in the 9th sloka, what he says is, Krishna, yajnarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karmabandhanaha tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. So Krishna gives two instructions to Arjuna here. 8th sloka, niyatam kuru karmatvam. You do your varna ashrama uchita karma, because doing the karma is much better than not doing any karma at all. Oh, I won't do anything. Let God make me do it. That is a very tamasic attitude. Sharira yatra, for the livelihood itself, you have to do karma. It's very well known for that. So akarma, without doing any action, you cannot conduct your livelihood. So you have to do certain actions. You might as well do it. Niyata karma, dharma uchita karma, varnashrama uchita karma. That's what it says. And then it says, Arjuna, Krishna does the sambodhana to Arjuna and says, hey Arjuna, karma is, it's a pratibandhaka. So I will just give up all the karmas. Don't say that. Vishnu Preeti, Paramatma's Preeti, with that intention, karma you have to do because that's what God wants you to do. So you have to do as per the desire of God or as per the instruction of the God. Lord Paramatma, he says, you do your duty, you do your karma. So make an effort to do your own duty, your own karmas. And surely all these people are karma bandhas. But karma bandhaka is through Shastra Vachanas only. You have to realize when it will be karma bandhaka, that means bondage of the karmas, actions, when it will be, and when will you be devoid of the bondage of karma. This you have to think about and realize and do it, because here karmana bhadyate jantuhu, this karma bandha smriti says yajnathat karmano anyatra. So because yajna is Paramatma, for his sake you do. That means for the sake of the preeti of Paramatma, you do karma. Then only you will be, if you don't do that, you will become a karma baddha. You are bound by the karma. But if you do for Vishnu Preeti, you will be getting rid of the karma bandha. So karma bandhaka, how? Means if you do avaishnava karma means as prescribed in the scriptures, which have the right understanding about Vishnu, those kind of karmas you have to perform. If you go in accordance with that, you will be better off. If you don't do that, then you'll be in trouble. So that is what, so this realization is what is important in our performing the karmas. So basically, this is third chapter is called Karma Yoga. It tells various ways of performing karmas, the role of the karma, the power of the karma, the importance of the karma, how Paramatma controls, what Jiva is supposed to do. All these are discussed, given, details as much as we need. So with this, I'll stop here. Any questions are there? You can feel free to ask. Hare Srinivasa.
Hare Rama Acharya.
Yeah.
One question that I have is there will be people who will say, like, oh, I won't follow all these religious duties. First thing that I want to do is be a nice person, a good person.
Mm.
I want to
Yeah.
be truthful. I want to,
Yeah.
be honest and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, does it really
Mm.
make sense? Because for me, sometimes I feel you're not doing your karma.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Sometimes I get confused when I hear people talk like that.
Yes, yes, it is very confusing and it's very popular thought also. Hey, you follow all the religious and you don't do whatever is your duty good for the society, you don't do it. And I rather do all the things, as per the good for the society and everything and not bother about the religious activities at all.
Right.
So people come up with this argument. The question there is, wait a minute, you are thinking that the religious activities are against the welfare of the society. It's not. In fact, Acharya in one place he says, we have to do Nana Janasya Sushrusha. Our whole set of karma actions are also enveloped. It is intertwined with the welfare of the society action. So yes, it's good. The person says, okay, I will give up all religious activities and do karmas as per for the helping the society. The question is, while doing the karmas of the society, what is that person thinking? Is he think that he is doing, or is he think that Paramatma is doing, or what is his thought process? Because here he might as well do all social activities, nothing wrong in that, it's fine, but realize behind that all the set of activities that the controller is Paramatma. That realization you should have. So having the right knowledge along with, yes, social service is wonderful, nice, and do it, but the religious activities is not something that is totally apart from it. It's like, you don't have to separate, okay, religious activity or social activity. There is no such bifurcation. You can do all the social activities with right religious bent of mind. They don't oppose each other, they go hand in glove. So the person who says, I'll be a good Samaritan, I'll be doing a lot of social service, I don't need religious activities. Why? Okay, you are doing good thing, good acts, but why are you avoiding this religious bent of mind? You can combine the two. That means, because here, as I told you, for people who come up with this argument, yes, you are doing a good acts, you will get wonderful life, you get a lot of riches, pure life, everything, but you will never be on the path of liberation. The moksha marga is not there. On the other hand, you have to perform all these activities with the right religious bent of mind, saying Paramatma is the doer, he is the controller. I am doing this for pleasing Paramatma. I am not doing it for pleasing myself or pleasing somebody on the street, but I am doing this for pleasing Paramatma. With this bent of mind, with this attitude, the same action is not, you don't have to change the way of life. Do the same way of life, but combine this thinking about God, that he is the independent doer, he is making you do it, and you are doing to please him. This will give you all the material benefits that are given, like, Yavan Artha Udapane, that sloka when we saw, we get whatever benefits this person, other person who cuts off all the religious bent of mind, who is doing all the good acts, will get wonderful, nice life, but he will never be on the path of liberation. Whereas this person who does the same acts, but with the right religious bent of mind, he will get all those materialistic benefits also. In addition, he will go on the path of liberation. So he will have both, have the cake and eat it too type of thing. He has all the benefits. So they are not opposites. Doing the social service and having right way of thinking from Paramatma point of view, they are not opposing things. They can go hand in glove, they can both go. So what would you like to have? Would you like to have both, or would you like to have only one of them? So one of them, see, the other side we talk about the person who does all the religious things but is so nasty to the people and all, he's actually not doing the right way because he didn't understand the Shastras prescribe one to be nice to the society. The person who is very mean and does all the religious activities is not really doing it right way at all. So the right thing to do is have the best of the both the worlds. That is the right way of approach.
Got it, Shrigale. One point added to this one is, um, you know, people, I've seen people tell like, Srimad Acharyaru used to see God everywhere. I am also doing this good service. I am also seeing God everywhere. I am also helping. Why should I do even simple things like Sandhya Vandana?
Yeah. See, that is the problem. There's a lip statement because when Acharya is saying he's seeing God everywhere, he is helping the people also. Acharya is helping the people also, but he is seeing the God means he is rightly seeing the God because yeah, Srimad Acharya, what he's saying is God is making him do it because imagine your brain. Did you choose where you have to be born? Did you choose your parents? Did you choose the country you want to live? Did you choose the all the so many things in life? You didn't choose. They came to you. So someone else controlling and giving it to you. So the person who says, "Oh, I'm seeing God everywhere," no, that's why mithyachara. Basically, he claims that he's seeing God everywhere. No, he is justifying his action of social service that, oh, I'm seeing God, so I'm doing social service. No, he's doing social service because it makes him happy. He is not seeing God because if he really sees God, then he will know that he has no free will. God is the one who is making him do it. That realization is not there for him. That means though he claims that he is seeing God everywhere, he is not really seeing God everywhere. All that he is seeing is the good effects of his doing social service. Is with social service, people are happy, they kind of praise him or whatever, or he sees his anyway. It can be anything. It can be that he likes the praise, or maybe he likes the happy faces of those people. Whatever is the reason, he's not actually seeing God, but he's actually seeing his own personal gratification. He has his personal gratification, not godly realization. If godly realization is there, he will not shut off God. Because he does not have godly realization, he is shutting off God. Why should you shut off God? As I said, you can do all those activities, do social service along with the realization of God. What is wrong in that? What is so bad about it? It's wonderful. It's having both, best of the both the worlds. So the person who claims, oh, I won't do Sanyavandana, because you are not realizing the role of God at all. You are not seeing God everywhere. The same God has instructed Varna Ashrama Uchita Dharma. You have to do this as per your Varna and Ashrama because that will protect you. So the person doesn't believe in the protection from God. He thinks he is protecting himself. Is he protecting himself? No. So many, an accident can happen. It's not in his control, right? Somebody can just be knocked off by a truck. He's not under his control, right? Or he's sitting in a house and the houseman collapse. It is not under his control. The way God only can protect him, this realization is not there for that person. So he says, I won't do Sandhya Vandana because he doesn't realize that by doing Sandhya Vandana, he is invoking the protection of God. God will protect him. This realization is not there for him.
Just an extension of the question. If you do only activities related to God and the Sandhya on the name, Devar Puja or whatever, without caring for society or without even bothering about society, not caring, bothering, is it still called as a good act?
No, because as I said, Nana Janasya Sushusha, the person who doesn't care for the society means he is not really following
No,
the God.
doesn't care, doesn't bother. He is not really like, he is not. ಅವರು ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾದ್ರು ಕೆಟ್ಟದ meaning if
That's
good
a bother
happens
is
to
not, how do you differentiate does not bother and does not care? That means, is he doing something for the society or is he not doing something for the society?
he is not doing anything for the society except for doing the
That's what I'm
puja and
saying.
all.
That's not caring, right? That's not bothering, not caring, both the same.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, but means you have to do both, meaning you have
Yes,
to
you
find
have
a
to do.
balance,
Yes,
but you have to
yes,
both do both.
yes. Because the seeing God means the vidhi nishedas that are given. like like Upanishads and everything, it says everything, all how we have to Shriya Deyam, Ashriya Deyam, Hiya Deyam, Priya Deyam, all you have to do dana, you have to do Ati Satkara, Ati Devo Bhava, so many things, so many good instructions are there. The person is not following any of that. Sandhyavandana is following one instruction but not leaving out all the other instructions. He has to follow.
So, but our society is limited. Unless, for example, if you take us, we are like very small. Like for us, what is my society? My society is my extended family, my
Not
extended family,
necessarily.
and maybe
That's why
maybe
Nana
my
Janasya
colleagues.
Sushusha doesn't mean Nana, our own family Sushusha. No, it is not. Nana Janasya Sushusha means all levels, all kinds
But
of
I will not
people.
have anything access here. For example, for me, if you ask me what is my society, maybe my family, my extended family, and
That's
my
a wrong
colleagues.
definition of the society is the entire world. That's why
Okay.
Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. The entire world is your society, not your family.
So, but
But
how will I help this entire society? Because I can only give maybe a
to your
portion
own
of
Shakti.
my
See,
money.
Yatha Shakti, the Shakti, see, whatever is possible for you, you do only that much. You don't go beyond your Shakti, all right. But whatever, that's why common sense plays a lot of role. Oh, I want to do the Uddhara of the entire world. I may not have the capacity. Whatever extent I can go, I will go to that extent. We'll go to the some social service is going on. You go and take part in that. So it really leads to again common sense. How much we can do, how much we have to do. So that really we have to think each step differently.
So the judgment has to be done.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Namaskara, Guruji.
Yeah.
Guruji, now if an action of ours causes trouble to some other person without our knowledge, does that action also become karma bandhaka?
Yeah, definitely. Because the thing is, it may happen without our knowledge. Then we see, oh, it happened. You realize it later. You regret, and you say, oh, don't want again. You have paschatapa and not do it again. So then what happens is whatever you have already done, if there's a paschatapa that comes, then the previous action will not cause any big harm. Maybe like a very tiny amount of harm because you have realized. You did paschatapa, so paschatapa prayaschitta is the best prayaschitta. So that is important. So without your knowledge, something happens. There are way out for those things.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Sure. Okay. So we'll.
So, Mama,
Yeah.
one small last one. Maybe in next class, can you just summarize today's discussion? Because you talked about the nature of karma or the way we should do the things. Maybe can you just repeat like first 5 minutes in next class?
Sure. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. Okay. So we'll continue at the next Vishnu Sahasranama class. We'll go there. Hare Srinivasa.
Namaskar.
धन्यवाद
प्रातःसायांतं सायादिप्रातरं तथा यत्करोमि जगन्नाथ तदस्तु तव पूजनं प्रातःकालादिकं कर्म नित्यनैमित्तिकं तथा केशवाराधनार्थाय करिष्येऽहं तवाज्ञया. हरे श्रीनिवास श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु.
नमस्कार हरि
नमस्कार.
हरे श्रीनिवास नमस्कार
नमस्कार.
धन्यवाद.